Hi, Pastor Hovind. This is Erin asking a question, and I was wondering if you ever get tired of answering the same questions over and over.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the question, and I'm honored to be able to give an answer to that one. The quick answer is no, not yet so far. I still enjoy helping people grow. If you notice, Moses gave the 10 Commandments in Exodus 20. 40 years later, there's a whole new batch of people, and so he gives the 10 Commandments again in Deuteronomy, which is what Deutero means, twin, or the second giving of the law. I was blessed, very blessed, to have a wonderful mom and dad growing up. They were both first-generation children of Norwegian immigrants that came over, and my dad, this particularly, was just so patient in teaching us boys things. What a blessing. And so he just never seemed to get tired of answering the same question over and over. I had a 6th grade teacher at Pleasant Hill Grade School in East Peoria that was my first male teacher, 6th grade, who was also just very patient. He'd been teaching for 20 years, and same dumb thing 6th graders do over and over again. And then I got to an 8th grade. My 8th grade teacher was just the opposite. He was one of those who loved to make himself look good and make everybody else look stupid. And whenever you'd ask a question, he would respond with something snide, like, well, you stupid, that's crazy. Don't you know we just talked about that? Where were you? What are you doing, daydreaming? Always looking for a way to belittle students. So he was a classic example of everything not to do in a teacher. And so when I became a teacher for 15 years, I really prayed fervently for God to make me like my dad and like my 6th grade teacher and like God himself, where it says in James chapter 1, the Lord, he upbraids not, which means he doesn't, I think it's James 1:6, he doesn't scold you for asking. You can ask God things over and over, and he doesn't ever get tired of dealing with his children. How many children has God raised? And he doesn't ever get tired of answering our question. Same dumb stuff we do over and over. He just patiently answers. And so no, I figure if a person asks, it's because they want to know. Now, when I was teaching school and I went over a topic, if 10 minutes later one student finally woke up from daydreaming and asked a question, rather than take the opportunity to make myself look good and them look stupid, which would be easy to do, I said, well, we went over that a few minutes ago, but let me go over that again. It'll be good review for the rest of them, and I won't say that, but you're finally paying attention, so we'll get you now. So it was a characteristic, a teaching characteristic that I tried hard to develop and prayed fervently that God would give me grace and wisdom to be able to do that. But I have to really give credit to my dad for that one. He was phenomenal. My mom, I don't know if I should tell, they're both dead now, so I guess I can say this, but she told me after I was married and off on my own that she would look out the window and watch my dad teaching his boys things, fixing lawnmowers and and she said, Kent, I can tell you this now, you're married, but that turned me on so bad I couldn't wait to get him in bed. Just because I knew he loved my children. I thought that was cute.
Very cute, that's good.
He loved my children. Wow, the thought. And I would encourage dads to love your children.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hovind. I really appreciate that, and I will say that in my prayer tonight. Dear God, please bring me patience, because patience is not one of my best qualities.
Well, mine either, but that's what we need when answering questions. So tell people, please, don't be afraid to ask anything. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. But please, don't be afraid to ask. I'll help if I can.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Hovind.